Do your knees hurt when you stand up? Do you ever find yourself just actively avoiding a flight of stairs completely because of joint pain? Well, if you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. It's a massive challenge for millions of adults, especially as we get a bit older. Today, we're diving into this explainer to objectively deconstruct how the dietary supplement industry targets these exact pain points. Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to analyze a specific supplement called Flexifen, taking a close look at the problem they state, the solution they offer, and the exact science they claim backs it all up. Morning stiffness, reduced flexibility, or that frustrating difficulty when you're just trying to take a simple walk in the park, man, these are heavy emotional burdens that really lower your overall quality of life. The makers of Flexifen lean heavily into a feeling we all know. Wouldn't it be nice to move more comfortably again? But before they offer a solution, they first have to define the root cause of this discomfort. So what exactly does the source material claim is the biological villain here? Is it simply normal aging, or is there something more specific at play? To answer that, we're taking a highly structured, objective approach to break down this promotional material. We'll quickly cover 1. The joint discomfort problem. 2. What Flexifen actually is. 3. The 6 key ingredients. 4. Usage and expected benefits. 5. Pricing, guarantees, and bonuses. And finally, number 6, the fine print. All right, part 1, the joint discomfort problem. Let's see how they define the issue. According to the Flexifen's source material, your daily stiffness isn't just some vague symptom of getting older. They actually point the finger at the specific decline of 2 things, synovial fluid and collagen. They explain that these are absolutely essential components for joint health, basically acting as the cushioning and lubrication inside your joints. As we age, they claim these levels drop, which leads to wear and tear and ultimately all that stiffness. And the text creates a pretty fascinating narrative here. It states that because of this discomfort, your body actually starts trying to conserve energy. This creates a negative feedback loop, which just further limits your movement and ramps up the ache in your shoulders, knees, and wrists. So, with the villain clearly defined as that loss of collagen and synovial fluid, how does the manufacturer position its solution? That brings us to part 2. What is Flexifen? Notice the highly specific, legally careful language the source uses right off the bat. They describe Flexifen as a revolutionary new formula and a fusion of powerful, time-tested nutrients. But look really closely at the exact promise being made here. It says it provides temporary relief for occasional discomfort and aches. You see, it doesn't promise a permanent cure, and it specifically targets occasional aches rather than chronic, severe joint disease. This is a very common and absolutely necessary distinction in the world of supplement marketing, setting strict boundaries on what the product can legally claim to do. So, what exactly is providing this temporary relief? Let's move to part 3, the 6 key ingredients. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact claims tied to the formula. The promotional material lists 6 key ingredients. First, we have MSM, which they claim helps speed up exercise recovery. Then there's hyaluronic acid, or HA, acting as a joint cushion. We also see Aproflex bisalia, derived from Indian frankincense tree resin. Then there's white willow bark, a natural extract. Colavant N2, which is a patented type 2 collagen. And finally, the mineral boron. Notice the distinct pattern in those claimed benefits? Almost every single ingredient is explicitly tied back to that careful phrase, temporary relief for occasional aches and discomfort. But let's zoom in on 2 of these flagship ingredients for a second, because they're marketed quite differently within the exact same formula. On one hand, you have hyaluronic acid, which the text describes in very physical, immediate terms, basically acting as a direct cushion for your joints. It's pitched as the immediate shock absorber. But on the other hand, you have the Colavant N2 type 2 collagen. The language used here is way more clinical. It's described as patented biomedical technology aimed at supporting and maintaining overall joint health over time. So they are clearly trying to cover both bases here, the immediate need for cushioning and the long-term desire for structural maintenance. Okay, let's shift over to how the manufacturer directs users to take this stuff. Part 4, usage and expected benefits. The directions provided in the text are really designed to sound as frictionless as possible. It's just a simple 3-step daily routine. Step 1, take exactly 1 tiny capsule every morning. Step 2, they offer a pro tip, to consume it with food and a full glass of water. And step 3, maintain consistency. The manufacturer really emphasizes that, just like any healthy lifestyle habit, taking it daily is absolutely required for maximum effectiveness. And what happens when you follow this routine? Well, the source material claims users will experience what they call a potent catalyst effect. They explicitly list 4 major benefits. It improves overall mobility, builds strength, lubricates your joints, and provides lasting comfort. The promotional text paints a highly emotional picture here. They talk about a renewed zest for life, experiencing the pure joy of engaging in your favorite hobbies, traveling more, or just spending time with family without constantly worrying about stiffness. Ultimately, they're selling the outcome of unrestricted movement just as much as they're selling the capsule itself. Now for the commercial aspect of the source material. Part 5. Pricing, guarantees, and bonuses. The product employs a very classic bulk discount pricing strategy. If you want just one bottle to try it out, it's $49. But if you commit to a 3-month supply, the price drops to $39 per bottle. And if you go all in for a 6-month supply, which they naturally label the best value, the price drops all the way down to $33 a bottle. This is clearly designed to encourage larger upfront purchases by heavily incentivizing those per unit savings. To sweeten that deal even further, the overarching sales pitch includes 3 digital informational bonuses. They claim these have a retail value of $39 each, but are included for free today. These are Overcoming Arthritis, which offers management tips, 5-minute massage, an easy relaxation routine, and World's Easiest Stretches for Pain, which details gentle 3-minute movements. Notice how these digital bonuses complement the physical supplement perfectly by offering actual lifestyle and behavioral adjustments for joint discomfort. But perhaps their absolute strongest commercial lever is their 365-day money-back guarantee. They specifically point out that customers can return completely empty bottles within a year of purchase and still receive a 100% refund, no questions asked. It's a classic tactic used to remove the perception of financial risk for the buyer, making that initial leap to purchase feel a whole lot safer. Finally, we reach the most critical part of any supplement deconstruction. Part 6, the fine print. So the crucial point is this quote right here, which I am going to read word for word. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. You see, no matter how exciting those claims about building strength or restoring youthfulness might be in the main text, this disclaimer legally anchors the product. It is a dietary supplement. It is absolutely not a clinically approved medication. Furthermore, tucked away in their frequently asked questions section, the manufacturer actually provides their own medical warning. They explicitly recommend talking to a healthcare provider before using the supplement, especially if you're already taking pain relief supplements or prescription medicine. They acknowledge that it's vital to ensure these ingredients are safe to consume alongside your personal medical history. And lastly, there is a transparency disclosure regarding the glowing reviews you might see. The text states, testimonials within our advertisement are the real-life reactions of individuals that have tested our product and were compensated for their time. Individual results may vary. This is such an important piece of context for any consumer. The people sharing those amazing success stories were paid for their time, and as the text clearly notes, their individual results might not be exactly the same as yours. Which brings us to our final thought. The marketing promises that you can move better, feel better, and live better. It speaks directly to that deep, relatable desire to regain our mobility and our independence, whether that means gardening, playing with grandchildren, or just walking without that constant stiffness. But as we've seen today, those bold claims are always balanced by careful legal wording and vital medical disclaimers. So I'll leave you with this question. When evaluating supplement claims, does the emotional appeal of unrestricted movement sometimes mask the importance of reading the fine print? It's a great reminder to always be a focused, analytical consumer when researching solutions for your health. If you're interested in learning more, check the provided links for additional info. Keep in mind, this explainer contains promotional content analysis, and we may receive compensation if you purchase through those links. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.